What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're getting rid of several cars. 4 of them, to be exact. 4 cars are going to another YouTuber. Hopefully, we can meet up with that person later in the video. But before I can do that, I got to move the Grand National out. And now that I think of it, once these 4 cars are gone, there's only the Sunbird and the Escalade left from like my original fleet of cars. We're going to have to get more. Why don't we try to get this Grand National out of the garage, and then we're going to take each one of these cars on a quick test drive just to make sure everything's still kosher before they go on down the road. And then maybe we can meet up with this big YouTuber that's getting all of these vehicles from me. So obviously this is my 87 Buick Grand National, and we're going to move it out because I'm moving my truck in. We're going to clean up my truck because I'm about to go on vacation for a week. I need my truck cleaned out. So we're going to pull this out. The problem with pulling it out is this thing does not want to run. Like when it's cold, it's just, yeah, it's a headache. I've got a bunch of parts coming for it, including, I think, an LS1 mass airflow sensor, along with a mass airflow translator. I've got the ScanMaster 2.1. I got some other parts coming for it too. A coolant temp sensor, because this one is bad. We've definitely got some problems with this, and I'm hoping that these parts will help bring it all back together, make it run right again. But it's been weeks and I still don't have the parts. I honestly don't know what's going on. So unfortunately, this project has just kind of been put on hold. So we're going to try to get it running, and I'll try to get it out of the shop. It's just gotten so bad it doesn't even want to run at all anymore. Over here is my 87 Monte Carlo SS, my one owner Monte Carlo SS, still 100% factory exhaust, factory 5.0 engine. It's about as stock as a Monte Carlo could ever be, but not for long, because we have a crazy 383 stroker coming for this. It's going to be pretty impressive. The engine going in this from Smitting Performance is 480 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. So close to the 500 horsepower mark. Carbureted. Yeah, it's going to be a beast. And then, of course, the Stage 3 transmission, the 204R coming from Monster Transmissions. It's capable of handling right around 500 horsepower. So it should be a match made in heaven. The only things I'm really concerned about are the drive shaft and the rear. I got a feeling we're going to probably burn up the rear end in this car pretty daggum quick. But I'm really excited. We also have a Holly on board with this one. We're going to have a Blackheart Edition exhaust, headers, 3-inch, all the way back. This thing is going to look and sound absolutely amazing. So it's stock for now, but not for long, because once we get all these parts in, we are going to tear into this and do a really nice, hopefully relatively quick build on this car, and we're going to have a crazy nice Monte Carlo SS. Let me grab the keys to this. They're probably, no, they're not in it. We'll grab the keys. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. We need to open the door for this because it smells just, ugh, smells awful. We're going to need an exhaust for this car too. The exhaust is not in great shape. The driver's side window motor decided to quit on me, I don't know, a few days ago. That's nice, right? Here we go. Now I unplugged the mass airflow sensor. The check engine light should come on. It seemed to run a little better with the mass airflow sensor unplugged. Typically, after running for about 30 seconds, it'll die. It'll just die. And then getting it running again is next to impossible. This window, yeah, it's still dead. That's, you know, it's not a big deal. It's just another one of those. It's just something else to add to the list of BS. And if you hear some rattling coming from this old girl, well, that rattling is the catalytic converter. The exhaust is barely even connected under here. It's all just kind of rattling around. It's not good, man. The car needs some work. It really does. The good news is we got together with Kerbin Performance, and they're supposed to be shipping us all of the parts I mentioned above, including the other 2 wheels. We're missing these 2 wheels. We have 2 that are, what are these, 15 by 7, the aftermarkets. We have 2 of those. and the other two are 15 by 10s. They're too wide, they don't fit. So I ended up buying a whole set of wheels and tires for this, just so we could have something that you could actually use with the car. But it's been running so bad, I haven't even been driving it. So I basically bought, I don't know, what were these? Probably $1,500, $1,400 worth of wheels and tires for nothing. Because obviously, as soon as the new wheels from Curb Performance comes in, I told you, there it goes, dead. Dead as a doornail. As soon as the new wheels come in, we're going to be switching back to the Grand National wheels. And I don't know, I might just end up selling these. These are brand new. Like, I've put no miles on these. So, you just got to let her warm up. Yep, and here we go. This is what I'm talking about. You can give it some gas and help it along. But you can hear how it cuts out, breaks up. She's just not happy, man. She's not happy, and I don't know exactly what it is. Hopefully those parts come in. That ScanMaster 2.1 is absolutely necessary to being able to properly diagnose this car. And until it gets here, I'm kind of screwed. But anyway, yeah, we'll be putting the factory wheels and tires back on. I think that's gonna look really good. Let me get this thing out of the shop, guys. It's gonna fight me, and I'm gonna need 2 hands to do it. Now I want to tell you something that I like about this old carbureted car. This thing still has the original Rochester Quadrajet on it. All right, and I'll admit this Quadrajet is not in the best of shape. All right, but let me show you something. This car has not been started in forever. Pump the gas. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? It runs. You know, honestly, the idle's a little too high. We're sitting about 1750 RPMs right now. There we go. We got it down to about 1500. That's what I love about it. And believe it or not, this car has a check engine light. It does. It's got a computer in it. 1987 carbureted car, and it has a computer. You can put it in gear, and you know, it's cold. It's not run in a while, so it's not running optimally at the moment, but it runs better than the fuel injected Grand National. Like, no joke. You can jump in this thing, fire it up, down the road it goes. Also, my 73 Ford Mustang. I got a 73 Mustang over here. It's the same way. It's got just a basic Edelbrock carburetor, no big deal, but you can get in this. Look, I'm going to show you guys something. You can get in that 73 Mustang and it'll fire right up, first try, no problem. So this is what I'm talking about. Watch this. That's almost unnatural. Honestly, that's almost unnatural to hear that alarm in an old car like this. Put the key in the door, unlock it. Now, ooh, don't do it. Don't. There we go. All right, hop in. Now this car is cold. I haven't driven it since yesterday afternoon, and it's now been at least 24 hours. Pump the gas a couple times. Really? There it is. There it is. Now listen. It's idling on its own, right? Not a problem. Listen to that. Cold start. Idle's perfect. I thought I scratched the Grand National there. Ooh, I'd have been heated if I'd done that. So anyway, full tank of gas. She's responsive. Ready to go. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to show you that real quick. Not a problem, man. A lot of people think that carburetors are they're unreliable, and I disagree wholeheartedly. There we go. And then, of course, there. So real quick, we got rid of a lot of vehicles that honestly, I don't think were all that entertaining. They weren't particularly nice, and I think we've got some pretty good replacements. The 87 Monty SS, the 87 Grand National, the 73 Mustang, then we've got a 91 Firebird Formula, then we've got an 88 Chevy Cavalier Z24. For a minute I forgot what it was. Next to that, we've got an 89 Fox Body Mustang LX 5.0, and we have another one coming. We have a 1993, the last year of the Fox Body, 93 Mustang GT convertible that is on the way. Now, I got all of these cars for what I feel like were very good prices. This one was only $2,500, so absolute steal of a deal, and has a brand new engine. This is a brand new engine. This one's got, what is it, 111,000 miles, 114,000 miles. I paid $3 grand for it. This one right here, $5 grand for a 91 Formula. This one, 13,000 and change for 73 Mustang with no leaks. I mean, it looks pretty damn good. This one, I don't know. I haven't figured out really if I paid too much, not enough. I got a good deal, an average deal. This is $24,000 for an 87 Grand National. It's got a cracked manifold on the passenger side. It needs some exhaust work, and obviously it needs a few, hopefully, computer parts to make it run better. Hopefully after that it's good. And this one I paid $11,000 for, so again, I'm not quite sure if that was a good deal, a great deal, an average deal. One owner, 107,000, I'm sorry. 107,000 miles on the odometer of this. This one leaks nothing either, drives fine, rear brakes don't work, all the brakes are pretty rusty, so we're going to replace everything. Every line, every hose, every caliper, everything is getting completely replaced on this car with new wheel cylinders, all of it. The proportioning valve master cylinder, new engine, new transmission, new cross member, new headers, new exhaust. Yeah, this one's going to be pretty decent, guys. But this is the new lineup. And like I said, I think we've got a few more coming, but before we can bring any more in, I really got to move the rest of them out. All right, we got a row of cars down here. I'm going to move them out from under the tree. We've got I think it's a 91 Pontiac Sunbird over here, convertible. This one's going to be going up on the chopping block really, really soon because this is one of the last cars that I'm getting rid of. This one, the battery's dead because somebody thought it'd be fun to come out here and turn on the spotlight. Yeah, I'm not sure who did that. I need to move these cars back to the front where the cameras can see them. So, yeah, someone left the spotlight on that. So the battery's dead. This one should fire up. This one should fire up. This one should fire up. If I remember correctly, I put a new battery in this one. I put a new battery in that one. That one was fine. I put a brand new battery in that one. So which one should we start first? Why don't we start with the Escalade? This is one that I'm actually giving this one away to one of my kids. So in fact, why don't we throw this on the back? I lost this. I was wondering where this was. We'll throw that back there. We're going to move this back to the front. This one is close to being ready for me to give away. I've got the center caps that I need to put on it. I'm just trying to decide if I want to spend the $600 on tires. It's got good tires. They're just too small. Starts right up. We put a new instrument cluster in it. I did that off camera on a different video. And we've got an airbag light, an ABS light, and a traction light. Obviously, the traction and ABS are going to be related to one another. So we can get some of these leaves off of here. So this one could potentially end up going to one of my kids. She's pregnant with her third child, and they don't really have anything big enough, and they were thinking about going out and financing a car or a truck or something, and I was like, man, I hate to see you do that, you know, especially with interest rates being what they are today. I'd really hate to see you go out and finance something if this could get you by even for a little while. You know, if this would be good enough to get you by for a year, maybe two, and I really think it would. The tires are way too small. They're 215/65s, and I think they're supposed to be like 265/70 or 75. So tires are way, way wrong for this. And look at all this, man. See? But I know if nothing else, it could at least save them some headache and some trouble, at least for a little while, so they don't have to worry about going out and financing and monthly payments, full coverage insurance, you know, all the great stuff that comes along with financing a car. So I thought maybe it wouldn't be too bad of an idea. She doesn't even know that I'm thinking about this yet, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. So here's the first one of the 4 that's heading on down the road. Let's see if it'll fire up like it's supposed to. It's gonna act right. Yes, it will. Good car. Good car. Another one that's just, you know, I feel so bad. I like them sitting in the back row because I think it makes the property look a little better. But I can't stand the leaves, man. The leaves are just getting absolutely everywhere on these cars. It makes them look horrible. Really? Great. There we go. I give up, man. Let's take this thing out, blow the leaves off of it real quick. All right, here we go. Oh, this is a good one. It's one of those I hate to see it go. I think the Impala SSs are so cool, along with the Monte Carlo SSs. These transversely mounted V8s are kind of cool, man. I think anyway, just personal opinion. Let's roll this one. We're gonna park it over here in front. We're just gonna move everything over here to make it easier for when the YouTuber gets here. I haven't said the person's name yet because, well, we'll see. I don't know if they want to be announced. I don't know if they're gonna want me to even say anything about like who they are yet. So I don't want to go saying something that I can't say something that I can't take back. You know, I don't want to mess up what they're doing on their channel. So there we go. We'll pull this thing up here. It can just sit in the yard with the rest of these cool cars. Runs good. We got a TPMS light, add washer fluid, and that's it. It's got some gas, Sirius XM radio, cold air conditioning, hot heat. It's a decent car, man. Heated seats, runs like a top. I'm gonna let it sit here and run for a little bit, just make sure she charges up. We'll get these leaves off the back too. Let these things go blow somewhere else. It's just awful. These cars look abandoned, and I mean they kind of are, sadly. These are cars that, you know, I got them. They were fun. They were interesting. Like this one needed a little bit of work. We put some work into it, and then I got bored with it. You know, that's just kind of what happens out here. I get bored with these cars, and then they end up sitting in the field, and then eventually I get rid of them. Next, why don't we bring the old Sunbird around? It can sit, I hear dinging. The Sunbird can sit with the other cool cars from the 80s and the 90s. And we'll say farewell to this one soon. There we go. Running so much better since we tightened down a bolt. That's all it was. Just had to tighten down a bolt on the distributor. I guess somebody, you know, I don't want to say they were careless. Probably just got sidetracked or something when they were working on it and completely forgot about it. And it ran like crap, and now it runs like a top. Like, you can, if you want to, you can burn rubber in the grass. Anyway, it's not gonna burn any rubber on the road, guys. Maybe if you just dumped it into gear, then maybe it would, but then you'd probably fry the transmission. So may not want to do that. You know what? We can't park this one here. I want to park. Yeah, we're gonna move this somewhere else because I'm trying to park all of his cars in the same place for video, just to make it easier on him tomorrow. So we'll park this one over here by the Monte Carlo. I think this one will be fine right here. And it fits in. I mean, it's similar in year, right? Maybe not. All right, there's this one. And all the windows work on this. The convertible top works. It just needs a, you know, it needs a cleaning now from sitting under the tree. I almost want to grab the pressure washer, man, and come out here and just spray these dang things off. but hopefully the wind can take care of most of this. God, I hate it. Okay, let me finish clearing this off and we'll go get the next car. All right, it's time for this car. I've meant to get around to it. It just never happened. I drove it, I don't know, a week ago, and it wasn't good. I forgot to put the hood pins in. In fact, I don't even see the hood pins anymore. I don't even know where they are, to be honest with you. The hood came flying up about 40, 45 miles an hour. It's got no brakes. So it just wasn't good. It was pretty bad. Wow, we've got all kinds of crap in here. This is nice. Will it run? Well, look at it smoke. Yeah, it'll run. Told you she'll run. She may not be pretty, but don't let her fool you, man. She'll run. She'll start every time. Sounds like a damn tractor, too. Oh, man. I don't know. Something about this car, I think it's cool. I like it. I love the turbo. The sound of that turbo, man, and that little tractor flap up there. Oh, shoot. I almost ran into the Escalade. I forgot I didn't have brakes. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I forgot I didn't have brakes, guys. I literally just told you that it doesn't have brakes. I forgot. See? I told you, man, she'll run. We'll go ahead and shut this one down. This is crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do with this car, but, you know, I'm sure it'll be something interesting. Next, this is one I'm really sad to see go, because this is one of those cars that I always wanted one. And then I got it, and then I was like, okay, it was anticlimactic. Again, I'm telling you, if you've ever found a car that you just had to have, you know it's a dream car, I highly recommend you don't buy it. Fires right up. Nice sounding exhaust, cold air, damn thing runs and drives great. This is a really good car. I've tried selling it on Copart's website for a long time. I've listed this probably 5 times in the last couple of months, and it just doesn't sell, you know, and I don't blame anybody for it. It's just, you know, it's the way it is. It's not a sought after car. I thought it would do better. I wasn't asking for much. I thought if I could get $3,000 out of this, you know, I'd have been happy with that. I'd have been fine with $3,000, and it's worth it. It's had lots of engine work done. It's got good tires. It runs and drives great with cold air, hot heat, all the windows work, sunroof works. It's got a good sounding exhaust on it. I mean, I don't know what you want. It's a good car. In fact, we'll leave this window down a little bit. I'm letting a couple of them run just to make sure the batteries are nice and juiced up on them. You know, it's going to be sad seeing them go, but at the same time, all these cars deserve better than sitting under a tree collecting leaves, and eventually they'll collect mice and rodents, and, you know, I am sad to see them go, but at the same time, I think they're going to be in much better and more capable hands than they're in currently with me. All right, let's see if the Crown Vic wants to run. Uh-oh. There has to be one, right? There's always got to be one car that's the problem child. Why? Why? Come on. It's the daggum negative, as always. The negative always plays havoc, man. It's the last car. Everything else had no problem starting. Oh, this one, it's got nothing. Like, this car doesn't want to do squat. That's great. You know, I appreciate that. Yeah, there's no dinging or nothing. What is going on? I moved the ground over to the engine instead of on the battery. And we'll see if it wants to do anything now. There we go, fired right up. Good girl, good girl. That's a brand new battery too. That battery cost me like $130 from Sam's Club. In case you guys didn't know, Sam's Club sells these Duracell batteries. Let me move you around this way. And this is a big one, guys. This is a Group 65. The cranking amps are 1045 and the cold cranking amps are 850. So I mean, she's a big battery. And all their batteries, I think, come with it's a 3-year warranty. I mean, for the price, batteries are super expensive right now anyway. So, in case you didn't know, Sam's Club has Duracell batteries, and every battery that I found there, unless you're going with like an AGM, every type of car battery out there is going to be the same price, which is kind of nice. So no matter what battery you need, you know it's going to cost you, about 130 bucks. And this car runs great. The only problem with this one is it's only running on, like, I don't know, 3 cylinders, 4. No, it's doing better than that. I'm pretty sure this car is only down 2 or 3. It runs, it'll get down the road. Last time I drove it, it smelled like it was trying to catch on fire. I hope you guys saw that video. It was kind of sketchy, but it made it where it was going and it made it back. So will I even fit? Ooh, don't hit the Taurus. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna fit, guys. I was trying to line all these cars up. Oh, I'm gonna run into the ditch here. And then I'm gonna get stuck. Come on, you can fit. You can fit. Easy. Easy. Oh, she's trying to die. She's not happy. She's definitely not happy. I knew it would fit. I told you it would fit. It doesn't fit well, but it fits. There we go. And by the way, in case you guys didn't remember, oh, that button sticks, but this thing has cold. Ooh, no. This thing's got cold air conditioning. Oh, it sounds like crap though. But I mean, it's got a quarter tank gas, got a new fuel pump, new battery, new sending unit. It runs. That's about all I can tell you, man. Other than that, it ain't much I can say about it. I'm gonna let this one sit here and kind of run for a little bit. We got to charge that battery back up. But take a look, guys. This is my my field of dreams right here. Sort of. Several of the cars are. I mean, I'm gonna miss most of them. I will not miss the Crown Vic at all. I will not miss the Mercedes. But the Taurus SHO, I really do love that car. I do. I'm gonna miss it. The Escalade, I don't know. I'm thinking about buying another one. There's always a place for an Escalade in someone's life. I really am thinking about buying another Escalade because I don't think it hurt anything just to have one, just in case. What happens if the economy crashes tomorrow, or I lose YouTube, I lose my paycheck? It'd be good. I've got a lot of cars, but you notice I don't have any trucks. So what if I got my truck repossessed? What am I going to do? Well, it'd be nice to have, an Escalade. I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, you got to understand, people lose their jobs every day. Markets crash just to be safe, And the Impala SS, I'm glad that I finally got to buy one. I really am. I'm so glad that I finally got to own one of these. It was a blast. I think it's going to a great home. Of course, this one is sticking around for a while. I'm not going to be getting rid of that one anytime soon. Every time I say that, something goes up for sale. The Cavalier, obviously, just another one of those cars that I've kind of always, sorry about that, guys. Another one of those cars I've kind of just always wanted. And I have no intention of letting that one go anytime soon either. The Formula, I just got the Formula. So that one definitely, I haven't even driven it yet, guys. This car, I mean, I don't know when the order of the videos are coming out, but as of the filming of this video, I haven't even driven this car. Well, that's a lie. I moved it from the driveway over here so it'd be in front of my cameras. The 73 Mustang, No, man. No, we're not letting her go anytime soon. Then we've got the Grand National, and this is one that I'm just I just don't know. I can't make up my mind on what I want to do with it. Obviously, I'm going to get it running right. That's priority one. Is I'm not going to dump it off on somebody else like it was dumped off on me. You know, it was dumped off on me, supposedly a great running, driving car, and the paint, it's the best paint I've seen on any car in a long time. I mean, it looks like somebody sanded this thing down to like 3,000 or something, man. It is a mirror finish. There are no runs. There's no blemishes. The paint is absolutely gorgeous. The only couple of downsides to this car is the grill is the wrong one. I think the grill's off of 86, so the grill doesn't match. Is that a huge deal? To some people, yeah. To me, no. It is not a salvage title. It's not a rebuilt title. This holds a clean and clear title, but the Carfax report shows that it was stolen in 1987. Or sorry, 1991. So it got stolen and somebody removed the VIN number off of the dash. And they took the stickers off of the doors, and if that wasn't enough, they also took the stickers out of the trunk. So basically everything that would have proven that this is a Grand National, unless we can find a broadcast sheet. God willing, when I take this door panel off, there's supposed to be a broadcast sheet behind there. If nobody's ever been into the window before, hopefully the sheet is still there, because that could prove that it is a real Grand National. With that said, I have no doubt in my mind this is a legitimate, real Grand National. There's too much going on with this car. It would have been too much work for somebody to have faked it. So no doubt in my mind, it's a real Grand National. Plus, even though the VIN number was ripped off of the car, this number right here, this is legitimately the original VIN number that was assigned to this car at manufacturing. All right, so the car was stolen. It was recovered, so it does not have a salvage title. Most of the time when a car is stolen, it gets a salvage title. This one was recovered in time, so it never got a salvage title. And because the owner was able to prove that he owned it, and he was able to show by the title what it was, the state of Arizona, if I remember correctly, I think that, yeah, state of Arizona simply reassigned the original VIN number right back to the car, and it's on both doors. So, you know, unfortunately, because of it being stolen and the stickers being taken, that's going to raise some red flags with people, because there are a lot of people out there that try to fake a Grand National. Why? I don't know. If you're going to fake a Grand National, you might as well try faking a GNX, although I think that would be a little harder to do. But anyway, this one I don't intend on going down the road anytime soon. It's just something that's on my mind because, I don't know. It's a fun car. It's an interesting car. I'm sure when it runs right, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I've loved driving it, but I parked it because I don't want to do any damage to the engine. It's a boosted car and it's not running right. I could be tearing up the motor, and that's the last thing I want to do. So I parked it until I could get the parts, and unfortunately the parts just haven't shown up. So I don't know. I don't even have any tracking information yet. So we'll see. But my reasoning behind potentially getting rid of the Grand National is because I have its like little brother, the Monte Carlo SS. And while currently this is its little brother, when we're done modifying this car and probably getting a fresh paint job along with a little bit of body work to touch it up, we're going to put the factory stripes right back on it. This car should look just as good as the Grand National, except this one's going to be pushing 500 horsepower from under the hood. This car should be so much more fun than the Grand National, but at the same time, there's something about having a Grand National that gives you the bragging rights, you know? Yeah, not only do I have the Monte Carlo SS, but I also got the Grand National, so I can't make up my mind on whether I will end up selling the GN or not. I just don't know. The Sunbird is definitely going down the road, and the only reason I've decided to sell this one is because I bought the Cavalier Z24, and I have absolutely no use for this car. There's no reason for me to hold on to this. It's just going to sit around here like it's been doing, collecting leaves and well, eventually falling into disrepair. So I'd much rather see this thing go down the road to somebody that's gonna, you know, maybe drive it, hopefully. I've got $3,000 into it. What will I be able to get out of it? I don't know. I just don't know. So there's the fleet, and don't forget, there's one more. There's my F350 diesel sitting up in Terre Haute, Indiana. I totally forgot about that one. I need to go do something with it too, because it's just sitting there doing nothing. So we'll figure it out. We're gonna come back over to the police car. We're going to make sure it still fires up. Hopefully the battery's good and charged, because I don't want there to be any surprises tomorrow. I don't want... And the person that's buying it, it's kind of crazy. I don't think he's even seen these cars other than on video. I don't think he even knows what's wrong with any of them. He was just like, hey, I want these for my channel. Are you kidding me? It's dead again. Like completely dead. Like it's like the battery's not even hooked up. Like I said, guys, there's always one. There's always one. And it's this one. That just, that's really, really frustrating. I mean, these are tight. Oh, hold on. Was it just a loose negative cable? Could that really be all it is? I'm trying not to ding the... Oh man, I'm done. That's where it is. I'm not messing with it. Not my project, not my car. It'll start with a jump, and that's all that matters. It runs. That's more than it did when I first got it. So, yeah. Anyway, I think I've done enough talking your ear off for one day. I've got a crazy lineup of cars out here, guys. I'm super blessed. I'm fortunate you guys watch my videos. Don't worry, we're going to get the reaction from the YouTuber. And he's got, no joke, he's got a lot of subscribers, guys. He's got quite a bit of subscribers himself. So I think it's about time. For me, it's going to be tomorrow. We'll just snap our fingers, and we'll be right back, and we'll get his reaction to his new vehicles. All right, it is a brand new day, and there's a gentleman outside loading up several cars. I talked to him because I didn't know how he wanted to, or if he even wanted to talk about it on video. And here's what I can tell you. It's something that they're doing kind of under wraps. There are some big things coming for all of the cars that he just picked up. Some really big plans. So here's what I can tell you. For right now, he's driving off. For right now, go check out Truck Central. All right, I'm going to put a link directly below this video. If you were interested in the Crown Vic, if you're interested in the 06 Impala SS or that 83 Mercedes turbo diesel, what else was there? I can't, and the 99 Taurus SHO. If you guys had any interest in those at all and you want to see what's coming for them, go follow Truck Central. And over there, once things are set up the way they want it to be, they're going to release some pretty big information to you guys. So I highly recommend you go check out Truck Central in the link down below. And big shout out to Justin over there for coming out here and collecting all of these cars and getting them off my lot. Now that we got those cars heading out, I got some new parts. This just came in. New radiator. Look at that. New cooling fan. Actually, the cooling fan didn't show up. Well, that's great. I ordered one. Well, we've got the... I guess we can't get too excited yet. We got a new radiator. We've got a fan shroud. We've got the proper overflow tank for it. And we've got the fan clutch. And I do have a fan coming soon. This is for the Fox Body Mustang LX. You guys are going to get so mad at me because it's like, why are you taking out all of these nice parts? We've got a Fluidine 3 or 4 core radiator. We've got nice Mishimoto fans, electric fans. Yeah, we're getting rid of all of them. We're going back to this crappy old school way of doing things. You know, a proper fan shroud, not one that was... Trust me, guys. I know you don't believe me, but the car used to be kind of a race car. Now the car is stock. It's got a bone stock engine in it. The only aftermarket parts is a cold air intake. I think that's in 24-pound injectors. Other than that, the car is stock. The engine is stock. The tunes that I'm getting are for a stock car, but to up things a little bit for 87, 91, and 93 octane gas. That's it. We're not doing anything crazy with that car because it's a fun car to drive as it is. There's no need for all those massive aftermarket parts. It just looks like a mess under the hood. It really does. I could redo all the wiring and make it look pretty, but come on. Let's just go back to factory. There was nothing wrong with the way the factory system worked on that car. Since we're doing the radiator, I figured we might as well go ahead and do the lower hose. We'll do the upper hose, and it's got the appropriate like collar around it to protect it from the fan shroud to help it not, you know, rupture from constant vibration. We also have a new instrument cluster. This was I keep thinking this is like $300, something like that. This was expensive, but it has all of the gauges. You know, the other one doesn't. We're gonna go back to using the factory gauges because I really like the factory look of the car. We've got a new radiator cap, a couple of sensors just as backups to have with me at all times. So we've got a bunch of parts. The only thing I'm missing for the 88 or 89 Mustang LX is the fan. Once the fan comes in, we'll be able to jump in there and put that whole thing back together. For the 73 Mustang, well, this is coming soon. I think I'm keeping Cooper in business. I'm kidding. I'm obviously kidding. But yeah, I'm buying a lot of tires from BF Goodrich and Cooper. So these are going to be white letters out, of course, on the 73 Mustang soon because it's got way too small tires. I mean, these are the factory size 215, 65, 15. Actually, factory was 14, so these are the next size up, but as close to factory size as we could get. Nobody really makes 14s in these sizes anymore, so these should make the car ride better. The front tires are way too skinny and way too short, and the back tires are also too short. They're the right width, but they're too short. They're not tall enough, so these are going to improve the ride quality quite a bit. And I think that is pretty much it for now. We've got a lot of parts. I've still got a ton of parts coming, and we're out of here, guys. It is a gloomy, nasty day in Oklahoma. Just honestly kind of depressing. Really. We've got more to come. I got a phone call from the person that used to own the 1988 Chevy Cavalier Z24. He saw the video, and the video's done really well on that car. Like, it's done spectacular. And thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned because I got a phone call from the last owner, and he told me the whole story on that car from beginning to the time I have it now. And it's a short story, but it's a cool story. So in the next video of the Cavalier, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get my Super Clean out. Shout out to Super Clean for sponsoring the channel. We're going to clean up all of that oily mess. I found out what it was and why it's there. There is a purpose behind it. I'll explain that to you. We're going to get all that cleaned up because we don't have salt in Oklahoma. We have sand. So we're going to definitely get all that mess cleaned up, make it look proper, make it look pretty good under the hood and hopefully the undercarriage. We'll get it up on the lift, and we're going to look under it because everybody knows it's a northern car. There could be rust under it. So we're going to need to get it on the lift, look underneath it, make sure we don't have any leaks, make sure nothing stands out like a sore thumb, and hopefully there's no serious rust under there either. So the Cavalier video is going to be coming up very soon. Also, I got kicked out of Dealer Auto Auction. Stay tuned for that. There's a video coming on that. So we're going to be down some videos, definitely. That ended up costing me about $6,000. Yeah, $6,000 a month. And the reason is going to shock you. I really believe that. So stay tuned for that because that video is going to be coming out. Disappointing. That's all I can say. Very disappointing. And honestly, I didn't actually do anything wrong. And just, yeah, we'll get into that. Let me see what else we got. I think that's about it for now, guys. If you're waiting on the video, you guys may have seen the short, you may have seen on Instagram, a local fireman out here in Byers threw rocks at me while I was driving down the road. And I know some people already automatically jump to conclusions. Randy must be out there flying down the road. Randy must have been doing burnouts in front of his house. And that's not the case. Never was the case. Not ever. I've never gone over by his house and done any burnouts or anything. I was literally just making a video for you guys. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.